It's kind of ironic because we were watching reviews on this tent before we bought it, and one of the reviews specifically said it's hard to zip it one-handed because of that flap getting caught in the zipper. And the first tent that we used this on was when I broke my arm, and now I'm struggling every time to zip it one-handed. That cheese melted so fast, I almost can't even see it on there. Okay, forgive me for looking a mess. I can't do hair and makeup with one hand, but I am going to try this sausage wrapped in egg and cheese, and it is the burnt ends brisket sausage. It's not bad. Sausage is a little weird. So, this is my beverage of the morning. We were just discussing how we forgot to bring anything besides water and, of course, his Voodoo Ranger to drink. So, it's Diet Pepsi for breakfast. So, funny story while I'm eating breakfast. In our last video, we forgot to bring, well, I brought towels, but he forgot to bring a towel. So, we had to venture out to a Dollar General to get towels to cover our chairs because we got caught in a rainstorm. And apparently we don't learn. So yesterday we got caught in a rainstorm and we had to venture out to a Dollar General to buy towels. Jan says he really likes the sausage. It's the burnt ends brisket sausage. I can't remember the brand, but I had seen it in the grocery store and I didn't get it. And then that, I believe it was that very night, Tony from Random Adventures 2.0 was having them in his video. And I was like, oh my gosh, I saw those. And so then, of course, we had to go back and get something. And then we've got the egg white wraps. They're about the thickness of a tortilla, which is perfect. We put the cheese in there to give it a little bit more flavor. Sausage is a little weird. It kind of tastes like a really thick all beef hot dog with a little more seasoning. Not a bad breakfast. Really fast. And a lot of protein. This bad boy. I used some throw pillows at home, pretty similar to this, but they're probably about twice the width, to prop my arm up on, because I'm supposed to, keep my arm up while I'm sleeping. And we didn't have anything small enough to bring with us in the camp, so Dollar General came to the rescue once again. So we picked that up, and that's what I had my arm propped up on all last night, next to my Trekology camp pillow, which I think fell down over there. But this thing, kind of thinking this might be my new camp pillow once my arm is healed, because that thing is so soft and comfortable. We started out to go to the other state park, and it's about an hour and a half drive. We got about 25 minutes from the campground. We're right by, I don't know if you can see that over there, right by where we had breakfast yesterday morning. And he says, I didn't bring food. Now, we had planned to take a couple of Mountain House meals to the other state park with us, eat lunch there, and then be back to our camp for a late dinner. So now we're about a third of the way into our drive and have no food. I don't know what we're gonna do for lunch today. We're gonna do some adventuring. always have to stop at the camp store at every park.
Oh, you want to go for a walk?
Down there?
Yes.
Oh.
There's 100 steps.
Probably not.
I would do it. Why not?
Jan went down a trail over there. He went down a trail. There he is. And I've got a sweater draped over my broken arm because it was sprinkling a little bit ago and I have to keep that dry. And it was it was in those trees right there. It just wasn't even really a path wide enough for one person. And I was worried about snagging on the trees and potentially getting ticks or something in the sweater that we wouldn't be able to see very well. So I stayed up here on the bridge while he went down to look for arrowheads in that little shoreline right there. I don't think he had a lot to look at, so he's already on his way back up here. But in the meantime, I have a pretty beautiful view. snake. No snake?
Huh?
No snake?
No. There's a worm and a little wood frog. You see the wood frog? Right here? He's tiny. Holy crap. A legit wood frog, false morel right there. I don't know if it is or not, but they shouldn't, not even these should be out this time of year. This.
What is it?
A chanterelle. Oh, it looks a little old. They're usually more orange than this.
It looks like
A trumpet mushroom almost.
looks like a dried banana.
Really good eats. I haven't found one of those in years. These are beautiful, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. So we're on this particular trail because this is one of the trails that we had to get a picture on to earn our state pin for this state recreation area. It's only about 3/4 of a mile long.
Sure, we need to take this one. Ooh, yellow springtails. Those really look like they're on the animal, don't they?
Bunch of those. What was that one? Ooh. Now we're on the storybook part of the trail.
Ooh, a creek bed. Where'd it come from?
Probably over there.
usually there's one chanterelle, there's many more, and of course I find one, and that's it.
Find anything?
I don't know what that is. That's mildewy nut husk.
This would be a good trail to pick the sticks off of for volunteering.
Yeah.
There's a lot of branches on this trail.
Take a rake with you.
Yeah, one of those mini rakes like Shy Guy's got.
Yeah. That's a big tree.
Yeah, it is. This looks like this used to be a mushroom.
They're all over the place. Yeah.
The orangey looking yellow ones.
Yeah.
That one out there looks like a pancake.
Sometimes here, that's an Amanita. Amanita muscaria.
At the light, turn right onto West 6th Street.
Well, we're back at the campsite. I'm chilling out in the shade. Getting ready to probably do some editing, and then first I have to answer some text messages. Not very good signal out there. This is the last day of our trip. Nice and sunny, but very hot and muggy. It's gonna be even hotter tomorrow. Thank God right now we've actually got a pretty cool breeze coming in. And I think we've done just about all the exploring that we're gonna do. We did go find the cemetery. Decided not to walk around and take any video there. It didn't really have any kind of a walking path or anything. We're gonna be packing up pretty early in the morning. So for pretty much the rest of the night, it's just gonna be pretty chill, just hanging out.
Bike went, but they're lucky that didn't hit them. I'm gonna go see if it's on the road. And if it is, I'm gonna pull it off the road.
I don't know if you can see that slanted tree right there. It's kind of bouncing still a little bit. Yeah, that just fell. Kind of sounded like fireworks going off.
So the very top of that just broke off and fell. Those are pretty big. Thank God nobody's tent was there.
Okay, pain medication, and the sheer irritation of trying to do everything one-handed have taken their toll on me. So he went off to ride the e-bike, which I wouldn't be able to if I was allowed to. And I've got my fat guy fan here, and I'm just gonna chill out and just try to calm my nerves. Pretty view there. It's not quite as pretty in the camera. There's another view I've got right there. So just gonna chill out and relax for a little bit until he gets back to make dinner. We're having steak for dinner, and we're having green beans on the side. And since I have to be a big old pain in the butt, he's making my steak in a pan. His steak is getting cooked right over there, but come for me in the comments, do not like the taste of campfire in my steak.
that stuff catches really good, I'm gonna start shoving it over a little bit so it gets a little further underneath that grate, and then I'll throw the steak on.
This little guy's been visiting us over and over again all night, and I think he's absolutely adorable, but the husband wants him gone. Sitting here reflecting on my little raccoon friend that Jan is currently chasing off into the woods. And I thought, it's a good thing Chief isn't here because he would have ate that raccoon. And then I thought, no, it's a good thing Chief isn't here because that raccoon would have eaten him. There he is. Found this at the camp store yesterday, so this is going to be my dessert for the evening. These birds are so obnoxiously loud that we didn't even need an alarm clock to get up at 6 a.m. this morning. They were the alarm clock. Jan thought that we looked silly being so close to the bathroom, and that's the bathroom right there in the background, and having one of these at our campsite. But it was a godsend for somebody who gets up several times throughout the night and only has one arm. Alright, we just gotta take our trash to the dumpster and then the whole campsite's cleaned up and we're on our way home.